Speak Taiwanese language. Feel the heartbeat of Taiwan. Tâi-gí, made easy from Radio Taiwan International. Hello, I'm Wonson. You're tuning in to Radio Taiwan International. This is Tâi-gí, made easy. Hello, 你今晚收聽嘅是中央廣播電台Tâi-gí made easy 節目。This is your bite-sized companion where you can learn everything about Tâi-gí, the Taiwanese local language. Alright, so today we're going to continue what we have been doing last week. So last week, we talked about loanwords in Tâi-gí. With the diverse cultures that have influenced Taiwan, there are many Tâi-gí words that originate from other languages, including English, Japanese, and last week we talked about French, okay? So this week we will continue to learn some new words and explore the influence of these different foreign languages on the Taiwanese language, which is very, very interesting. And I hope that you would find your mother tongue and a bit of the languages that you have learned or the words that you have learned in Tâi-gí, and you might find it very, very surprising. Alright, so as always, we start with some words for you to know this week. There are 5 words today, and of course, all of these come from different languages. I mean, like languages other than Tâi-gí. So first of all, this morning, it was raining this morning, so I came to RTI by taxi. And when you are in a taxi, there will be a driver driving the car for you. So driver in Tâi-gí, that is ùn-tsiàng. ùn-tsiàng. Okay, so ùn-tsiàng, that means someone carrying you in his or her car. So that's driver, right? But ùn-tsiàng, actually, this whole word comes from Japanese. So in Japanese, they also called a driver a ùn-tsiàng. So that's part of the influence of the Japanese colonial era back in the time. So yes, so give this word a try. So call your driver ùn-tsiàng. Moving on to the second word that is also related to my working environment today. Right now I'm actually talking into a microphone. So how do you say a microphone in Tâi-gí? mài-kù. mài-kù. Okay, that's very cute, right? So mài-kù, yes, exactly, that is mic, M-I-C. But actually, this whole word comes from Japanese. And the Japanese word mài-kù, it comes from English. So you can say that there are influences of English and Japanese in this word. So mài-kù, that's microphone. So of course, apparently I'm talking into my mài-kù, but I'm also talking to you. Moving on to the third word today. piān-tong. piān-tong. Okay, so if you are hungry right now or you're hungry in Taiwan, you might go to a restaurant and buy a piān-tong and then you take it home to eat and have your lunch or dinner. Actually, piān-tong, that's bento. If you're in Europe, I've seen people translating it into bento, but actually I would say it's just boxed lunch or boxed meal or boxed dinner. So that is a very interesting culture here in Taiwan. But actually this culture comes from Japan. Moving on to the fourth word today, gá-suh. gá-suh. I think you already know this. Yes, that's gas. But here in Taiwan, here in Tâi-gí, we also say gá-suh for gas stove. And moving on to the final word today, pōng-khang. pōng-khang. I remember there's a very interesting Taiwanese folk song. It's talking about火車去pōng-khang的故事. So that's a story, a song about a train going into a tunnel. So pōng-khang, that's tunnel. But actually, pōng-khang, this word comes from German, the German word bunker, or that's also the English word bunker. That's something, underground. But here in Taiwan, it's not just something underground, but also means tunnel. So, pōng-khang. Alright, so moving on to the second part of the program. Today, I am also going to teach you an idiom of the week. But today, this is not an idiom, it's more of a phrase, an expression. So whenever you're here in Taiwan and to think that someone is very fashionable or something is very fashionable or someone is wearing something, à la mode, how can you express that? Actually, there is a very interesting phrase to say. You can say someone is wearing something, 请个 Pha-lih-pha-lih. Okay, maybe someone is just very fashionable. You can just call that person Pha-lih-pha-lih. Okay, now give it a guess. What does that mean? So, Pha-lih-pha-lih. Yes, you might have already felt that. Yes, Pha-lih-pha-lih, that means Paris, Paris. This expression comes from Japanese because back in the time, Paris is, of course, a city of all the fashion culture. That's why, if you want to say someone is very fashionable, you can just say someone is very Parisian. It's not just about wearing something Parisian, it's also about being very, very fashionable all the way like from your head to toes. Like the whole vibe is very, very fashionable. So once again, if you want to say someone is fashionable, that is Pha-lih-pha-lih in Tâi-gí. It was originated Japanese, but now in Tâi-gí, that's Pha-lih-pha-lih. And remember, you have to sound cute. Like you have to be like Pha-lih-pha-lih. It's not Paris, Paris. It's not that sort of like way of saying. You have to be Pha-lih-pha-lih. That's very cute, right? Alright, so now let's get a quick review of what we have learned today on the show. ùn-tsiàng, driver. mài-kù, microphone. piān-tong, bento or box lunch or box meal. gá-suh, gas or gas stove. pōng-khang, tunnel or bunker. And that's all for today on Tâi-gí Made Easy. As always, if you want to find out all the words and the idiom that we have learned today, please check out our program website at www.rti.org.tw/en. And don't forget to subscribe to this program wherever you get your podcast. I'm Ùn-tsiàng, and I'll see you next week. 咱后礼拜再会咯。
All it takes is a click to get to RTI online. You get exercise for your finger and exercise for your mind at rti.org.tw.
This is Radio Taiwan International.